Let's welcome to the show a guy who knows what's going on. He's Congressman Michael Burgess from House Budget. So I love it that they're trying to flip the headlines and be optimistic with everybody, right? That they've got it paid for. You know how they're going to pay for it? The middle class and the lower income worker. Tell us more about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This will be paid for with the future earnings of America's citizens, and in fact, our great-grandchildren are going to be paying for this if they're successful. Look, they don't have a Congressional Budget Office score on this, so we're going to Budget Committee virtually on Saturday. That means we won't even be in the budget hearing room. We're all going to be on some WebEx or a conference call to mark up what's said to be a $3.5 trillion bill, but the reality is it's probably closer to $4.7 trillion if you really account for all the twists and turns that it takes, what was marked up in the various committees, and the fact that Energy and Commerce actually struck a pay for that they had that was about $500 or $600 million that they are not going to have to spend. So it's a big balancing act they have, but at the end of the day, yeah, America's paying for this if they were to get it done.
Yeah, let's go through it. Okay, so by the way, you're trying to mark up a bill that's equal to the size of Italy and France. We've never seen this before in this country. Tax Policy Center, it's to the left of center. It's saying that the majority of it will, a lot of that bill will be paid for with middle-class taxpayers. Something like 75% of middle-class taxpayers will have to pay for it.
Sure.
The lower brackets, Joint Committee on Taxation, is saying it'll hit lower-income workers making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. This feels like, they have no more sense than a flock of geese, because this is the crowd that got them in office. Nancy Pelosi sees what happened in 2009 with the House climate bill that failed, and now she's seeing another 2010 where Republicans took control of the House with 63-seat win. Your reaction to that?
Well, that's very true. And in fact, in 1993, there was the BTU tax. That wasn't Nancy Pelosi, that was Speaker Foley at the time. But they made their members walk the plank, vote for a bill, and they knew it was never going anywhere in the Senate. And they lost the majority for Bill Clinton. They lost the majority for Barack Obama off of a bad energy bill. Guess what? They're going to lose the majority for Joe Biden off this bill. And it couldn't happen soon enough, because we need to call a halt to some of this nonsense.
We've never seen it like this. The president's approval rating dropped a record 6 percentage points in just 1 month in the Gallup poll. The swing voters are really going against him here. Civic's rolling average of 8 months polling showing he's underwater in 38 states. That's the president there. The clock is ticking on other government funding measures. They need 60 votes for a debt ceiling, raise too. So it's also the fight with the Progressive Caucus. There are 95 members of the House Progressive Caucus. If House Speaker Pelosi sits tight on that $3.5 trillion big spend, they're going to get mad, right? Your reaction, final word.
Oh, they're already mad. And here's the other bad news to this equation. The federal government runs out of money. All discretionary budgets are exhausted on September 30th at midnight. So that means we go into an appropriations lapse in the next day. And that means, we've seen it before, your air traffic controllers, your TSA agents, all these folks start working for no pay at that point, and they get pretty cross when that happens as well.
It's almost like a suicide mission, what the Democrats are doing. I mean, it's really astounding. It's a 50-50 split in the Senate. Pelosi can't afford to lose a net 3 votes. The progressives are going haywire over what is going on, too. So there's a huge Democrat civil war. We're going to stay on it with you. Congressman Michael Burgess, we'll have you back on.